Lynn,
Sorry.
thank you. Feel free to ask your question. Before we go to question and answer, I don't know if our sister Mino, Mino, do you want to say something to all of us? Today is Easter, please.
Yes, I'm gonna try my best not to cough. I apologize if I do. In a tech magazine, there was an article that said Industry 5.0 will make the factory a place a place for creative people to come and work to create a more personalized and human experience for workers and customers. OnPassive has been implementing the same philosophy. That's part of the reason, the big part of the reason why we have very smart people, very high powered credentials coming to us from a very high powered firms. So that's another thing to be proud of. Thank
Wow.
you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you for this piece of information, Mino. And I'm looking at the chat right now. I'm not seeing any question. It means all of us in here plus the attendee, we have mastered it and we know where we are and we are just happy. But it looks like
Let me add to what Mino has just said.
Yes.
You know, one thing that is being noted about Ash Mufareh in the tech world now, it seems to be going out. He is very good at bringing talent and then unleashing them so for their maximum potential. So, and they are finding out also that OnPassive is a place to be. So that's why he's able to amass extraordinary talent right now, because he's not only to pay well, but also on letting you be you, like, so that you can bring your best out.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now we have our first question. I had one account that have been trying. Okay, I have one account that I have been trying to reclaim. I had not navigated to OES because the Gmail I used to create this account had issue. I have sent email to Mr. Madi. So, do we think this question?
That's good. He has sent an email to Mr. Madi, so he should just wait. I don't know.
And he answered himself. He asked me to create another and send to
To
him.
him.
I did, but up to now, no reply. So
No, he should wait. What Marty does is Marty does those things in bulk and then they solve it. He should just wait. So long as he has done what Marty told him to do, he's going to get the response. He should just hang in there. Okay?
Okay. So now can we go to the next?
He's doing the right thing.
I hope Mr. Ndafo Abiru got the answer. Okay,
Yeah,
we have another question.
Yeah, I know.
Can I at any time change the name of an into my name as I manage the said account?
Yes, you can change the name of your profile. You can change the name of the account at any well before you can do it up until when you do your KYC. Because once you do your KYC, where you identify that account to that particular name, you cannot come back and change it again. But as of now, the system will let you be able to update your profile, your name. That is fine, but that is only up until when KYC is implemented, and when you start cashing money back and forth from that account, then the system will not allow you to change it again.
Thank you. So we have another question. This question goes straight to our brother Mike.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, Mike. My question is, I have 5 daughters that I got a founder position for. However, due to the bottleneck with the payment processor, I only managed to get 4 out of the 5 position. Advice and input, please.
Well, God bless you if you've got that many daughters. Having to deal with that many women in the household is pretty unique. So you've got 4 accounts that you activated. out of 5 accounts, you should be able to activate all 5 accounts. If you're talking about actually buying OConnect, in other words, coming in and purchasing OConnect, you can still do that, but you have to use crypto. And if you're not comfortable with crypto, just wait. When the bottleneck gets taken care of, we will be able to use credit cards again. So that 5th account, you will be able to activate by OConnect, and then OConnect will be able to go to work in all 5 accounts. I think that answers the question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, so that in my account.
Yeah.
Next question. This question is actually for Ash. I want to know if Ash would build a platform for musicians on the platform that can handle selling and distribution of music.
I think he's already done that.
Yeah, I think yeah.
I mean, that's what the platform of OnPassive is all about. If you have a passion for music,
Yep.
and you want to sell music, OnPassive, that platform is perfect for it, and you can develop that yourself. I don't think Ash Mufareh is going to go into every niche in the world and create something specifically for that niche. But the passion within OnPassive, the passion that you have for music, and people have other passions, you can come in and do that. And the really, really cool thing about OnPassive, whatever niche you're in, whether it's music or sculpture or whatever, any of the arts or really any profession, you can come in and actually drive traffic to that site. And people that have the same passion that you have, they will come. And there's a very, very easy way to do that. And because you can use the traffic of OnPassive to do that, and the marketplace of OnPassive, yeah, you could do that in a very, very big way. But I don't think Ash is going to go into each little niche. And there are a lot of big ones, and actually create a platform specifically for that. He's going to leave that up to us. Does that make sense, guys?
Yeah, that makes sense for us. Yeah.
And also, if this person can go to ONET and go to and have a podcast, they can create also a club for musicians, so they can get other people around the globe that they love music and be in their club. And podcast also, they can have their music in there.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. And there are other avenues you can go. So that's not the only thing you can do. But as OnPassive comes out, we'll get into all of that.
Yeah.
As the products of OnPassive come out, we'll get into all of that.
Okay.
Okay, the next question is there a place where all the important video about our online security can be found? I know it was discussed many times. I just like to go over them and implement the infos that were given to us.
Go to the OnPassive blog.
Hope they got it.
Yeah, and search for online security.
Yeah.
Okay, there's no other questions there at the moment.
Now, when you talk about security, if you go to the OnPassive blog, they have a lot of blogs about security and what they're doing and how they're doing it. So the OnPassive blog, it's just a wealth of information about OnPassive. And if you go there and look around, you'll find something that you're looking for and want to know. It's really, really good.
I think she was talking basically in reference to, because Oliver and I had been giving so many talks about security, how you protect yourself online, how you identify phishing and things like that. I think that's what that question was in reference to. No, we don't have. It's just on those videos. You have to go find those videos. But I think, go ahead.
Yeah, I would recommend you go to YouTube.
Yeah.
Type it in, and videos will come up and talk about all those aspects, every one of them.
Yeah.
I mean, Marty's right when he talks about YouTube being the new search engine.
Yeah.
Go there, look it up. You'll find exactly what you're looking for.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's saying in the chat that's what she was asking. Yeah. Comfort would be a lot of the videos of the Pro Tech guys have made will be on
Yeah.
COMMENT's YouTube channel.
Yes.
So that'll be a good place to go.
Yeah.
If they go to Empowerment Channel on YouTube
one, yeah.
or Blueprint, they will have such of the video, because the Blueprint, they talk about security also, and Empowerment Network with Comfort.
Yeah.
She always publish what the OTech Pro does out there on Saturday.
Let me add one thing that Andy touched on and Bob touched on, and I touched on it a little bit. You know, when I talk about the apples that are going to start flowing, and I talk about, you know, it's either going to be, you know, maybe you end up with 500 the first month and maybe 20,000 for somebody else. When I talk about that, I don't mean to make light of $500 showing up in your wallet, because that's a really, really big deal when you think about how much people make throughout the world.
Yes.
The average salary throughout the world is about $10 a day, guys. It's not very much. And when you think about OnPassive and $500 showing up in your back office because of what Mr. Mufareh has done, because of the system of OnPassive, it's a really, really big deal. And then you go to Andy's point, the number of people that are in the world that will be coming in and buying the products of OnPassive. But then you take it a step further with and Andy talked about this too, the 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 different products that are going to be coming right behind it. And all of a sudden, all things being equal, it goes from 500 to 1,000 to 2,000 to 3,000. And now you have a gentleman or a lady who's making $10 a day, $300 a month, and all of a sudden there's $3,000 in his wallet. What do you think that does to those individuals? So it's a really, really big deal. Even the little numbers of OnPassive, which will continue to grow and grow and grow, make a big difference to a lot of people throughout the world. And if you're not one of those that wake up and just pass out because your wallet is so full, don't worry about it. If it starts out at 500, even 300, $300, $400, $500, and then the next 5 products come out and that jumps to $2,000, all of a sudden you're no longer, I mean, all of a sudden you're not only in the middle class, you're in the upper middle class, and your whole life changes. And that's why when I talk about be competent about what you're doing within OnPassive, people are going to see this. They're going to see what happens in your life. They're going to see that everything has changed in your family, and they're going to ask you, how did you do that? And that's why competency is so important. And there's no reason not to be competent about OnPassive when you listen to Bob or Oliver or Andy or any of the people that are here. You can put together a little something that will impress people to get them to the next question. And really, you want people to continue asking questions. And if you have the right answers for them, which OnPassive does, they're just in. It really is that simple. But even the smaller amounts, it's a big deal throughout the world. It really is. That's it.
Thank you, Mike. That's very important. And I think we have another question. Where do we get the OConnect PGF annual?
It's in your back office. You go where they have training manuals. Let me look it up real quick to give them the exact list.
Can you share the screen and show it to them?
No, I'm not going to share my back office. No.
Okay.
1 second.
Yeah, OnPassive has a manual for everything.
For everything, yes. That's where I'm trying to go.
Find out where it is.
I'm trying to remember where it's at.
I would have to do the same thing, Bob. I've been there for a year.
There's a place where you have all the manuals.
Let's see.
Okay, I think it's in profile. Yeah, profile, user manual. So you go to your profile.
Yep.
You click on profile, and then you see all the manuals. Okay. Top right, if you are using a computer, top right, you click on your drop down. All the manuals are there. PDF manuals of all the
Yeah, and the drop down is where your picture would be.
Where your picture would be.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Thank you. We have some great questions and we have some good answers. So
There is a, yeah, I have something else in my mind. Is there anybody else who have anything to say? Or
I'll just
I
add a
would
little
just
bit.
like to reiterate
Well,
what
that's a
Mike said.
dangerous question, Bob.
something has my mind has been working the past week since last week, so I have some thoughts to.
Let's hear it.
go ahead, go ahead. Let's get it out.
Yes. you know, last week we also heard about some concern about OnPassive and media, being in the media and the press and stuff like that. So I'd like to say a few things, about that. You know, about, I think it's exactly 2 years today. Exactly 2 years today. 20 of us. I think Antilene is here. Oliver is, I think, he's on his way to pick his daughter up at the airport. Oliver, I think it's the three of us that were here. We met in Boston with Mr. Ash, and he began what we call one of the most sophisticated branding campaign that we've ever seen. And he went on and on and on and on. Up until now, the man is still doing the branding. We know that Mr. Ash himself, he has actually pushed back. They have actually approached him, and he's pushed back because he wants to be ready. Ash is a very strategic thinker. He's a big time strategic thinker, and he's doing everything that he does is well calculated. He's never going to put the cart before the horse. If he goes out now and start to go into the media, the system has to be ready to receive the traffic that's going to come. So there's no point. He actually put the brakes on that, and he started this massive branding where in the UAE, which is, as I think, is the new frontier when it comes to technology, commerce, and leisure. Everybody's converging there, and he does this marketing, this branding to the so much so that the state notices. OnPassive is at the they have a station, OnPassive station. We are all over the mall, Dubai Mall, the Sheikh Zayed Highway, everything, everywhere in OnPassive in Dubai is OnPassive and Abu Dhabi. But this is not it. The ripple effect in that whole region, as Dubai goes, so does Doha, Qatar goes, so does Bahrain, so does Kuwait, so does Saudi Arabia, and the entire region. And then he goes up to Africa, in Egypt. So, as far as I'm concerned, Mr. Ash has done the difficult job. He has broken through the most difficult markets in the world, the Middle East region and Africa. So when Mike Ellis is giving us this number and he's talking, making our heads explode, he knows exactly what he's talking about. Those are the two different. I'm an African by origin from Cameroon. 30% of Cameroon is Muslim, the northern part, and I lived with them. I lived there. My father was all over the country, supplying electricity for the country. So we lived in almost all regions in Cameroon. They are Muslim. When to break through, the breakthrough that Ash Mufareh has had in that region should not be underestimated.
Bob, people don't understand how powerful what you're saying is.
Yes.
Tell us how many people are in the continent of Africa.
There are about
1.3 billion.
1.5 billion.
Yeah.
Not.
So we got Africa.
We got Africa. You got
India.
In India.
We got the Middle East.
I'm coming. What I'm saying here is what I call the Ash Mufareh. It's a theory that I developed that is called the Ash Mufareh. Is the Angus theory, the Ash Mufareh global sweep. That's what this man is doing. He's systematically taking to the world. Don't worry about the media will come. He's systematically breaking barriers. Okay, so he goes now. He sweeps the Middle East. He goes to Africa. He goes to Egypt. all across Egypt. Remember, we had this conference, the Arab Africa Summit, where OnPassive is a strategic partner. There were about 35 countries or something like that. So these are all things that are so several contracts all around. Those some we know, some we don't know. Okay, switch around. Europe, I know most people are concerned about Europe and America. Europe and America operates on what we call the principles of economies of scale and cost-benefit analysis. There is no businessman, no CEO, no vendor management, IT vendor management manager who will not buy OnPassive this OConnect, because it saves them money. Millions and billions of dollars will be saved for companies. So when the sweep goes around and comes to Europe and America, Australia, it is the product. The product sells herself. OnConnect sells herself to the marketplace. You see, so we should not. When the time comes, the media is going to run behind Ash Mufareh. The media is going to run behind us. But he's pumping the brakes because he wants to systematically get to where he needs to get to before that floodgate opens. When the floodgate opens, the systems are ready, the databases are ready, the applications are all done, the payment processors are all flying, and then we can absorb everything. But it's not going to run now ahead, go in front of the media and start speaking for what? And then when the customers come, what are you going to do? So Mr. Ash Mufareh is a strategic thinker, and I guarantee you, when OnPassive, when everything is said and done, there are IT journalists, there are IT journalists who are going to go investigate, and the story about OnPassive will be told about Ash Mufareh. This man is going to go down as the greatest human being who ever set his foot in this planet Earth, based on the magnitude of the impact of what OnPassive is going to do. You see, OnPassive right now is, when we're in Cameroon. In Cameroon, we learned geography in elementary school. I remember they taught us about the clouds. You know, the nimbus cloud. The nimbus cloud is the cloud that before the rain comes, you see how it gets dark. That's a nimbus cloud. That is OnPassive across the internet right now. OnPassive is like a nimbus cloud that's hovering over the internet. When it rains everywhere. So our founder is focused. I'll say this thing all the time. People laugh at me. Ash Mufareh is it focus? I'm pronouncing the word wrong.
Yes.
It's focus, right? Focus. Ash Mufareh is Gifty is here. I can hear her laughing at me. Ash Mufareh is focused. Look, his eye is on the ball like a laser. He will not take it away. Ash Mufareh, he is focused. His eye is at the ball like a laser. The man is steady. Nothing is going to make him move. It's not because of anybody that is going to make a decision that is not time for him to make. He has a steady hand. You know, he has a steady hand. And then he has a knowledgeable team. You know, his focus is steady and he's prepared. He has a team to respond. He has the technical team and the exceptional management team to handle everything that's going on around the world. So we should just relax, let Ash be Ash. You know, he has the best interest for OnPassive. He has the best interest for us, the founding members and affiliates, and the best interest for the customers. I yield back. I had to get that.
Let me add, just very quickly. Let me add to what Bob is saying. You know, people when they think about OConnect and they think about a $8 billion market cap, they wonder, well, how is all of this going to work? How are they going to come into OnPassive? And this is where Mr. Mufareh really shines. He is an expert at analyzing different markets, what they need to do, how they need to do it. And when you understand that and you start to see some of the things that Mr. Mufareh is doing with OConnect, you understand why OConnect is going to go viral. And Ash said this the other day, blew me away. He said, no, we're going to take over the webinar and video conferencing market. We're going to take it over. It's a done deal. And one of the things that I saw the other day, it's ASR, which is automatic speech recognition. And Bob and Vincent and you all
Yes.
know about this.
Yes.
But any business that does business over country lines, continents, if they do build business worldwide, any business is going to want OConnect because they need this product. They need ASR, automatic speak recognition, because they can put on a video conferencing and they can do it in multiple countries, and every country will hear or be able to read what's being said on the conference.
Yes.
That is such a big deal. It is not an option anymore. And again, this gives you an idea why OConnect is going to be so good, is going to take over the market. These companies have to use OConnect because it eliminates the middleman, the interpreters that have to interpret it, put it out there for their other audiences to read, because they don't speak the language that they're giving the conference in. It's a really, really big deal. And this is how Mr. Mufareh analyzes different niches. And when you can do that and then be able to actually implement what he's saying, it's just game over. And when Bob talks about Africa, I get really, really excited about Africa. I talked to Collins the other day about Opal and how that is just going to explode in Africa. Yep. And understand, when one product goes and explodes on a continent that has 1.3, 1.5 billion people in it, it's not the only product they're going to buy. Understand that. I guarantee it. Not only is it not the only product they're going to buy, but a lot of these individuals are going to come in and go, wait a minute, I can use Opal, but I can also use Opal and get paid for it. They're going to come in, they're going to become affiliates, and they're going to put OnPassive to work for them. And what are they going to do when that happens? Well, they can get paid for Opal. Well, how about the other products? Can I get paid for those? Will OnPassive go to work for me with those products? OConnect, OStaff, all the products, Ocademy? Yeah, absolutely. So one product being able to take over a continent, and that's just Africa. I think it's going to happen in more places than just Africa. And when that happens, the ball it starts rolling, and it continues to roll, and it gets bigger and faster. And that's what we're looking at. That's what each and every one of us are looking at. And once you get that in your mind, you get really excited about tomorrow, because as Bob said, this could happen any time now.
Yeah.
Mr. Mufareh didn't give us a time frame. The time frame is any time now. And that's a big deal, because when that happens, obviously all of us get really, really happy. That's it.
Could I say something? Marcian, could I say something?
Yes. Go ahead, Mino.
So with OnPassive, technique of a mixture of automation, efficiency, and compassion, and therefore AI with heart, with humanity in the center, uplifting humanity, the technology is going to be unavoidable, because once they see efficiency, scalability, and affordability, there is no going back. There is no turning back. Yeah. Much like you won't trade your PC for your old typewriter.
Yes, that's so wonderful. Yes, Peter, you look like you have something to say. You have not said anything to me.
No, I'm not. I haven't really got much to say. Obviously, there's no more questions in the chat, so I'm going to turn the chat off. The questions answers off, so people can chat. The only thing I want to say is what Mike was saying about people obviously getting to know what OnPassive is about and speaking about OnPassive properly and portraying OnPassive to people. He's absolutely right. I mean, some of us, I'm not a speaker. Some of you know, I'll just keep myself quiet. But one thing I can say, I know when the money starts dropping in people's wallets, then they'll have the confidence to start talking about OnPassive.
You won't be able to shut them up, Peter.
Exactly. So that's all I want to say. Okay, so I'll pass you back to Matt and I'll turn the question and answers off. Okay. You're muted.
No, these are just some exciting times, man. It's just a blessing to be here. you know, there are a lot of people who listen to this opportunity and they did not see it. You know, they did not see it. I don't know. Oliver and I, we talk a lot, and it seems like Mr. Ash, the attraction, Ash, it looks like Ash invoked something to only find those who have the heart to work with him or to help him achieve his mission, which is to uplift humanity. Because there are people in the industry who listen to this opportunity, they did not take advantage of it. You know, I'm very proud of us for sticking, hanging in there up until this juncture. We are very close. You know, at any moment from now, anything can happen. Anything can happen, and you really will. One day you run to, you go check your back office, and you run outside naked, like Mr. Ad said. It's possible.
Make sure you all dress very good
You know,
when you go to your back office every
there is
time
a
you
day
go to
that
your...
you will sleep, you wake up in the morning, your life changes forever. All of us here. It's possible.
At that point, everybody else will be focused.
You know,
Okay, guys. Thank you all. Thank you so much. This has been a great webinar, and he's going to be in the different various YouTube channel for those that they were not able to be here today. And we cannot go to thank Mark Ellis. Mark Ellis, thank you so much for making this Easter the best for us in this. We really, we don't have to clap like people that they are not in Okone. Let us give a big clap for Miss Mark Ellis.
You know, it's always the moderator that makes the webinar, and you made the webinar today.
yes.
Thank you. I hope Comfort is going to be happy for what I did. I hope she's not going to say,
She's gonna be worried you're gonna take her job.
oh no. Oh no.
We can kid with comfort.
Thank you. Before we close we're going to ask our sister Lane to close the webinar for us for today. And Lane, over to you.
Great job, Marcienne. You got the dynamic personality, keeps us all alert. Thank you so much, Marcy. Yeah, so today I think we covered a lot of ground and heard from the great leaders here today who inspired us and reassured us that things are coming and very soon. You know, it's just a matter of being patient, relaxing, whether you fret or don't fret. Okay, you have a choice. Okay, if you want to fret, does it make anything better? It makes you worry. It increases your cortisol and your adrenaline, and it wears on your body and your psyche. So why do it, right? To me, choose to have that positive mindset because it'll be better for you, better for everyone. And it makes the company, it really does uplift the company when we are very positive, especially we who are leaders. We want to be the role models to the world, reassuring everyone that good things are coming. When you have a company that offers value, 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 you can't go wrong. When you have a company that is progressive in its thinking, you cannot go wrong. When you have a company that is 100% ethical and transparent, you can't go wrong. So everyone here, we've made the right choice to be with this great company. And it's not just a company, it's a movement, right? It's a great movement. So I just want to encourage everyone to remain positive, keep being patient, and be reassured that good things are coming. And I want to thank the leaders of Heroes and the OTech Pros for doing this webinar faithfully every Sunday. The consistency is good for everyone. It's good for possible future customers. It's good for affiliates and founders. It's good for Ash Mufareh, and it's good for OnPassive. So thank you very much. And we'll see you all next Sunday at the same time, 2 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Okay.
See you all later.
Yay.